Ever ponder why certain aspects of life are just annoyingly persistent? It's almost as if they're playing a game of hide and seek, lurking around every corner, ready to pounce when you least expect it. We're talking about those pesky, irritating, and downright annoying things in life that, no matter how hard we try, we simply can't escape from. Now, before you start rolling your eyes, let's take a moment to appreciate the universality of these annoyances. Regardless of where we are in the world, our background, or our age, there's a certain camaraderie in knowing that we all have to deal with these little life's irritants. They're like the world's most unwanted unifying thread, connecting us all in a shared experience of mild frustration. From the alarm clock's relentless ringing that yanks us out of our peaceful slumber, to the painstakingly slow internet connection when we're in the middle of something important, these nuisances are as much a part of our lives as the air we breathe. They're the unwelcome guests at our life's party, the uninvited intruders that we can't seem to shake off. But here's a thought. What if we told you that these annoyances, as grating as they can be, actually add a dash of spice to our otherwise mundane routines? Imagine a life without any hiccups, without any challenges, without any annoyances. Wouldn't that be a tad bit boring? It's the unexpected, the unpredictable, the annoying that keeps us on our toes, that makes our life's journey a little more exciting, a little more vibrant. So consider this your friendly heads up. We're about to embark on a journey through the maze of life's most annoying things. It's going to be a bumpy ride, filled with twists and turns, laughter, and maybe a few eye rolls. But hey, that's life, right? So brace yourselves as we dive into the world of life's most annoying things. First on our list, the irritating noises. Who hasn't been a victim of these? They're like those uninvited guests at a party, showing up just when you least expect them. Take, for instance, the symphony of loud chewing. You're sitting there enjoying a quiet moment, when suddenly, the crunch, crunch, crunch of someone enjoying their chips a bit too enthusiastically shatters your peace. It's like a mini earthquake for your ears, isn't it? And then there's the constant tapping. Whether it's someone's restless foot bobbing up and down, or the incessant clicking of a pen, it's enough to make you want to launch into a full-blown interpretive dance of frustration. It's like these little noises have a way of burrowing into your brain, setting up camp, and then throwing a massive, noisy party. Oh, and let's not forget the incessant honking. Ah, the sweet music of road rage. It's as if some people believe that their vehicle's horn possesses magical properties that can clear traffic jams or make red lights turn green. But perhaps the most annoying of all are the high-pitched, eardrum-piercing shrieks of machinery in need of oiling. It's a sound that could wake the dead, or at the very least, make the living wish they were. So what's the deal with these annoying noises? Well, it seems that our brains are wired to respond to these sounds with irritation. It's a survival mechanism, really. Our ancestors needed to be alert to the sounds of danger, like the rustling of leaves that might indicate a predator. Today, we don't have to worry about predators, but our brains still react to these sounds as if they were threats, hence the irritation. Yes, these sounds can be quite a test of patience, but remember, they are part of life's soundtrack. So, the next time you find yourself on the verge of losing it over the sound of someone's loud chewing, remember, it's not them, it's your brain. And maybe, just maybe, that will make it a little bit less annoying. Or at least, that's what we can hope for. Scene script. Next up, the unending cues. Is there anything more frustrating? Picture this. You're in a hurry, your heart is racing, and your anxiety is mounting. You're rushing to catch a flight, the clock is ticking, and every second counts. But alas, there's a queue. A long, winding queue that seems to stretch on for miles. You glance at your watch, and it's as if the hands are spinning faster than ever before. Welcome to the world of unending queues, where time slows to a crawl and patience is tested to its limits. It's a place where you'll find yourself in the most diverse company, from the elderly couple slowly shuffling forward to the restless child bouncing around in impatience. Whether it's the grocery store checkout line, the traffic jam on your way to work, or the queue at the post office, we've all been there. It's as if these queues have an uncanny ability to expand just when you're in a hurry. And let's not forget the queue at the bank. You'd think with all the advances in technology, we would have bypassed this ordeal by now. But no, the bank queue remains a stubbornly persistent aspect of our lives. You're there to make a quick deposit, but the person in front of you appears to be conducting some sort of complex financial transaction that requires an endless exchange of paperwork. Ever noticed how queues have a knack for moving slower when you're in them? It's as if they conspire against you, taking delight in your frustration. You glance at the other queue, and it's moving at lightning speed. You contemplate switching, but we all know how that ends. The moment you switch, your original queue suddenly transforms into a Formula One pit stop. In the end, it all comes down to this. Queues are a test of patience, a trial by waiting. You might be in a hurry, but the queue doesn't care. It moves at its own leisurely pace, indifferent to your urgency. As they say, patience is a virtue, especially when you're stuck in a queue. Moving on, the unwanted advice. We all have that one person, don't we? The one who always seems to have a pearl of wisdom to share, regardless of whether we're searching for an oyster or not. Yes, I'm talking about the unsolicited advisors, the well-meaning meddlers, the folks who seem to have a PhD in everyone's business but their own. Imagine you're enjoying a quiet cup of coffee, minding your own business, and then out of nowhere, your colleague drops by. They start off with a casual, "Oh, you like your coffee black?" And before you know it, they're explaining how you should be drinking green tea instead because it's healthier. You didn't ask, but now you know, right? Or how about when you're at the gym trying to get a good workout in? You're in your zone, headphones on, world off. Suddenly, a gym buddy appears, interrupting your sweat session to tell you that you're doing your squats all wrong. You didn't ask for a personal trainer, but hey, you got one anyway. And let's not forget family gatherings. The fertile ground for unsolicited advice. Uncle Bob telling you how to invest your money, Aunt Sally suggesting you should settle down soon, Cousin Jimmy explaining how you should be raising your kids. It's like a buffet of advice and you didn't even bring your appetite. But here's the thing, folks. Unsolicited advice, as annoying as it may be, often comes from a place of caring. These people genuinely believe they're helping. So next time you find yourself on the receiving end of some unwarranted wisdom, remember to take it with a grain of salt. Or better yet, with a cup of black coffee. While advice can be helpful, remember it's okay to tune out when it becomes more of an annoyance. Last but not least, the inescapable tech glitches. Suddenly, everything seems to stop, doesn't it? You're in the middle of an important task and bam, your device decides to take a nap, or your internet connection decides it's time for a break. Yes, we've all been there. Let's start with the ever-present slow internet. Picture this. You're about to score the final goal in your online game, or you're on the climax of your favorite streaming show. Then, the dreaded buffering circle appears. It's like time stands still, but not in a good way. And let's not forget the frustration of trying to load a web page that's taking an eternity. You can almost hear the dial-up tone from the 90s. Next on our list is the infamous device freeze. You're typing away at a crucial report or creating a masterpiece in your digital art program when suddenly, your device freezes. It's like your screen has been taken hostage by an unseen force, holding your work ransom. You wait, you pray, you do the tech dance of turning it off and on again, but sometimes it's all in vain. The only thing left to do is accept defeat and restart, waving a tearful goodbye to your unsaved work. Then there's the software update that seems to pop up at the most inconvenient times. You're about to start a presentation, and there it is. Update available. And it's not just a quick update. No, it's the one that takes ages and requires multiple restarts. It's like your device is telling you, "Hey, I know you're busy, but how about we take a break?" And who can forget the autocorrect fails? Typing a simple message can turn into a comedy of errors, turning "meet me at the mall" into "meet me at the mall." Autocorrect, you had one job. So while technology can be a boon, it has its own set of annoyances to deal with. So we've covered the most common annoyances in life, haven't we? From the unavoidable reality of life's daily grind, to those irritating noises that just seem to follow you around. We've all stood in those unending queues, twiddling our thumbs, and let's not forget the unsolicited advice coming from all directions. And who could ignore the inescapable tech glitches that seem to pop up at the most inconvenient times? Life is a beautiful mess of these tiny irritations, isn't it? But let's not forget, these annoyances are the spice that adds flavor to our life's journey. They test our patience, our resilience, and our ability to adapt. They push us out of our comfort zones and force us to grow and evolve. So let's embrace these petty peeves with a light heart and a smile. Remember, it's these little annoyances that make life interesting, and maybe even a little fun. After all, what's life without a few challenges?